Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be putting a new rear bumper on our 333 John Deere skid steer. So that's the plan for this video. I got a couple other things. I want to go look at something on the dump truck here in a minute, but I had intended on making more videos and getting them out on the channel, but I've struggled with cameras and figuring out the right content of what I want to post and what might be entertaining and what not. But I decided, forget all that. I'm just going to take out the camera, slap on this mic, and film my days. Maybe you guys might find it interesting or useful in some way, but that's my plan. We got a lot of work lined up, so right now we're not working because you can see we got snow on the ground, and we've actually been shut down for a week now. Probably be shut down, probably most of next week too, because by the time the snow melts, well, then it's going to be a muddy mess. So it's unfortunate, but it's part of it, and it's something you got to plan on when you're in the dirt moving business. So our next job is actually a small land clearing, 200-foot driveway, and a couple culvert pipes. So I'm excited to get moving on that. Maybe if we're shut down this week, maybe I'll gather some pipes and mobilize some equipment and stuff like that, just to kind of get ready for when we can get moving. But today, let's get started on this bumper. Theo, what you doing, bud? You gonna come help? Is that comfy? You goofy boy. Goofy. Hey, mama. I'll go show you this bumper real quick. It's sitting on a pallet. I got all the machines in the shed there. I'll show you those in a second here, because we did pick up some new machines over the last couple weeks. This is the bumper. It's covered in snow. It's kind of pointless to show it to you, but I can't remember the manufacturer of it. It's like GR Manufacturing, I think. I bought it direct from the dealer, but I know that that is an aftermarket bumper. It's just a supplier through the dealer. So here in a minute, I'll grab the skid steer, hook onto those forks, and get her moved into the shop. Let's show you what we got in here. Got some new machines in here. So here's the new machines. We got the 60P. We actually traded in our E60 for it. Love this machine so far. The only thing we've done with this, like I said, we've only had a couple weeks, but we put in a culvert pipe with it. And then we got the 325G. This has been out on a couple jobs. We had a small dirt job grading, and then we graded a driveway with it. But that's it for these machines. I haven't done much with them yet. Of course, we got the 333P back there. That thing's been nothing but a mulching machine. I haven't moved any dirt with it yet, which is great because that's why we bought it. And that's what the bumper's going on. So I know it's just a matter of time working down here in the Ozarks till I get that thing stuck, because we work on a lot of hills and slopes. So that's why I'm putting a bumper on it, is for one, if I back into a tree, well, I'm not hurting the machine. Two, it has a 2-inch receiver hitch on it, so I'll have a winch in the truck that I can put on that machine if I get stuck and save myself. So that's the plan. And actually, this is the bucket off of our 331 that we traded in. So this is an 84-inch bucket. It's a little bit wider than the machine. I don't know the exact specs of this machine, but you can see it sticks out a little bit from the tracks. So I'm kind of debating, do I keep this 84-inch bucket for this machine? Do I get the smaller, I think it's a 74-inch bucket, get that, then it'll fit the width of the tracks? Or do I keep this bucket for this machine and get the 96-inch bucket, I believe, 94, 96? I can't remember what the dealer told me, but get the bigger bucket for the big boy. I don't know. I'm kind of debating on what I want to do. Rough problems I have, I know, trying to figure out what size buckets I want. But actually, right now, I'm going to run out to the dump truck because I want to put a new radio in that thing. Oh, man. Going from the shop to the outside where the snow is at, I'm like snow blind. But I want to walk over here to the dump truck real quick because I actually want to put a new radio in it. It's got a single DIN radio in it, and I want to swap it out for something that has Bluetooth so I can listen to my music while I'm running that truck. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go over there and see what brand radio's in there, and I'm thinking if I buy the same brand, hopefully it'll be plug and play. I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm not a radio tech kind of guy, but that's my thought process. Theodore, hey, Theo, what you doing over there, bud? Come on, let's go check this truck out. So this truck's been sitting for a couple weeks now, just with the snow, and we haven't needed it. Let's see, I need to get a glove box for this. When I bought this truck, it was missing. Let's see, we got a Pioneer. Also, this truck, when I got it, and I don't know why, and I was already out here earlier, I pulled this off because I wanted to see if the wiring was back there. But what I'm getting at is, when I got this truck, it only had one speaker, and that's in the driver's side. I don't know if that's the way they did it from the factory or what, but I do want to get a second speaker and put on this side. All the wiring's already here, so I'm gonna get another speaker. I'm just gonna leave that off because I'm hoping I can get a speaker tomorrow or the next day, but I'm gonna get a speaker. I'm gonna get a updated head unit for this thing, and we'll be jamming and getting with it. But man, I love this truck. Out of all the things we do, I love this truck the most. I don't know why. It's just, I guess I've always wanted to drive these things even since a kid, and I finally got one, so love it. Well, let's walk over here to the shop. I think I'm gonna build a fire in the wood stove and get that bumper in there, and we'll get busy, get that thing on there. All right, I got the 325 out of here, got this 333 spun around, got the bumper laid out, got a nice fire going in the wood stove here. It's good and toasty in here, so I'm gonna get to it. The first step is to pull these counterweights off, and there's, what, 6 bolts on each side, so I'm gonna get that done. But this is what the kit came with, so it's pretty straightforward. You got the main part of the rear bumper here, and then 2 side pieces. This is the main reason why I got it, so I could have a way to pull myself out. Hook a winch to that. But this is the winch we got. Now I ended up buying this right from the John Deere dealer, but this is the manufacturer and the part number. The kit also came with 14 bolts, 14 washers, and if you're running counterweights, those there, you have to run longer bolts to accommodate that. And the kit did not come with these, so I had to buy these separate. And let me tell you, I had a heck of a time finding these. These are 16 millimeter by 130 long, and typically places like True Value, Ace, they have all kinds of bolts like this, and they didn't have them. Menards didn't have them. Fastenal didn't have them, so I ended up having to have them special ordered through Fastenal, and these things were like 10 bucks a piece. So anyhow, I'm gonna get to it. All right, so I got these counterweights off over here, so I'm gonna grab the cherry picker and use that to hold that sidebar up while I get it bolted up. All right, you can see I got that first plate on, and man, that's kind of hard for a one-man show. So as you've seen, I had to use the cherry picker to hold the plate, and then I used the floor jack to lift the counterweight. So I got all that on there. It's all bolted. It's loose right now because I know I'm probably gonna have to move that around to get everything to line up. So that's I think the hard part's over on this side. So I'm gonna go tackle the other side, get all this off. I'm gonna get it mounted, and then I'll check in with you guys when I'm done. All right, so the other side is done. Now I'll use the cherry picker, pick that up there if I don't trip over that and fall on my butt. But I'll pick that up, we'll hold it up there, and we'll throw 8 bolts in it, and she will be done. How much you want to bet it's gonna flip on me? Watch. Of course, I don't want to scratch my new bumper. It's gonna get scratched, but I want to try to keep from it. Possible. There we go. All right. I've had this cherry picker for probably 20 years now. Changed lots of engines in it, or with it, not in it. Changed motor swaps and Jeeps and all kinds of things. And it doesn't roll that well, as you can see. Why do the wheels on these things always not want to roll? There we go. Uh-oh, too far. I need another set of hands out here. There we go. That'll work. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Let's see if we can get a bolt started. The cool part about this is the nut is already in the plate here, so there's nothing to hold. Let me see here. I don't like to start bolts with an impact, so I like to start them with a ratchet. Oh yeah. There we go. Just a little paint in the threads is all. That one's good. All right, that's it all mounted up. All the hardware is loose, but everything lined up perfectly. Let me tell you, there's some little details in this that you can't see now that it's mounted, but let me see if I can come over here and see this light here. Like, man, it's hard to see, but like right here, there was a bolt head that stuck out off the skid steer, like one of these bolts here, right there. It stuck out over here. Well, they had this already notched out for it, so attention to detail worked out nice. I mean, I didn't have to do anything. This thing bolted right up, so really happy with this. But I'll go ahead and get this all mounted up, get everything torqued down, and then get the counterweights on, and I'll check in with you when I'm done. All right, there she is, all done. Got everything tightened up, got all the counterweights back on, and turned out great. I have no complaints with this. It actually looks pretty darn good on there. I do have one question, and I'm not sure. What are these openings for? And there's some bolt holes and slots. It looks like it's made for something, but I'm not sure what it's for. So if any of you guys know, let me know. Maybe I'm missing out on something. Maybe I can mount something cool in there. I don't know. But this thing will serve the purpose. I'm happy with it. Glad I got it, because now once I get this thing stuck, because I know it's going to happen, but when I get this thing stuck, I can pull myself out and not have to call a wrecker or have another machine come out to get me unstuck. So that's that. On to the next project. Oh, next I need to buy a winch. So I plan on buying the 12,000 pound Badland winch from Harbor Freight. And I know this machine weighs more than 12,000 pounds. Actually, with that mulcher, the mulcher alone weighs almost 2,600 pounds. So with the machine, mulcher, bumper, all the fluids and all that, I'm probably pushing 16,000 pounds now. But so the plan is take that 12,000 pound winch, run a snatch block, and what that does is it doubles the pulling capacity of your winch. So 24,000 pounds of pulling capacity should be more than enough to get me unstuck from just about any situation I get this thing into. And if I can't get myself up with that, well, I'm really stuck good, and I'm gonna need more than a winch to get me out. So that's my thought process behind that. All right, guys, so that's it for the bumper install. I think the next project you see me work on here in the garage will be this excavator here, and I plan on putting a forestry mulcher on it. So I'm gonna need a forestry kit for this machine. So if you guys know of a company that sells a good forestry kit for this, let me know, because I'm kind of looking now. So, but that'll be my next project, is putting a forestry kit on this machine. But that's it, guys. I think that's all I got for you today. Our next project will be coming up as soon as we get this snow, as soon as the snow melts and everything dries up. We're going to be mobilizing all the equipment to our next job, which will be, it's a new road install where we got to do some land clearing. We're only putting in a 200-foot road on this one, so it's not very long, but we got some land clearing, 200 foot of new road going in, and 2 culvert pipes. So on that job, we're going to have all the machines out there. We're going to do a little bit of forestry mulching, land clearing, building roads, trucking, all of it. So it'll be a cool little job. You guys will get to see a little bit of everything on that one. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you sticking around to the end and watching this video. I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. Subscribe. Like and a subscribe. That would help me out a lot. So. All right, guys, I will see you guys out on our next job.